Welcome to Super Sunday down here, round 2 of the Australian Beach Volleyball Tour. We have our Men's Challenger Division 2 to kick off the day. Nice fresh start, 7 a.m. down here, Mollymook Beach. Got a couple of the youngsters from New South Wales here, Timmy Ebbs and Benjamin Farley, up against Adax, Brienen and Fejes. Quarterfinal action down here. As we know, we're in the pointy end of the competition, so it is knockout from here. Fejes to serve. And Ben Farley stamping his authority from the very first point. On the 2-ball, straight down the middle. Ebbs Farley take a 1-0 lead. And right on cue, he gives an easy point back. Every point so crucial at this point in the tournament. But it's all Farley at the moment. 2 points to 1. Nice early start. Neck and neck to start this quarterfinal. 3 points apiece. Adax, Brienen to serve. And that brings up the first end switch of the match. The younger of the two pairs here, taking an early lead, 4 points to 3. Of course, Adax, Brienen. We could almost call it local, from down in Woonona, down in the Illawarra area, only about an hour from here, beautiful part of the world. With his partner, Adam Fejes, of course, Adam's sister, Steffi, also playing on the tour in the Women's Elite. Has a semi-final a little later today. Both of these young boys just coming on in leaps and bounds over the last 12 to 18 months. Of course, part of the New South Wales Phoenix program. We're playing in the Australian Youth Beach Volleyball Championships at the end of March up in Coolangatta. Program headed up by Martin Reeder, supported by Jason Laffer, Lauren O'Shea, and of course Baz Wedmeyer. We're doing some great things in New South Wales, and as you can see, 4 of the boys here that have all had a bit to do with New South Wales, all the way through to the quarterfinals. So it's great to see.
In the corner there, thanks. One more.
And a timeout called here, I think just to break up the momentum a little bit. Brienen and Fejes going out to a 5-point lead, 9 points to 4. Now a new combination on camera side here, but first I want to quickly throw a little shout out to our sponsors. Hancock Prospecting, the Australian Institute of Sport, Macassar, Scape Student Accommodation, Shoalhaven City Council, and of course, Destination New South Wales. Now, as we know, without these great sponsors, these tournaments cannot go ahead, provide the playing opportunities for some of the stars of the future. So, on behalf of everyone here at Volleyball Australia, we do appreciate your support. Lovely sling there by Timmy Ebbs. Hailing from the far north of New South Wales, up in Port Macquarie, has made his way down to the AVA down in Canberra this year. And partnered up early with Benjamin Farley, who playing here in New South Wales, but applied his early trade over in WA. So he's one of the lucky ones that managed to get out before the borders shut, but forming quite a strong little partnership here. But the youngsters really putting it to them. They haven't held back, and they're taking a 6-point lead now.
I was going to say, I'll get that sideline fixed up. Thank you.
Another great serve there, Adax Brienen. As I say, one of the two youngsters on this side of the court. They both shot up about a foot in the last year, but improving in leaps and bounds with their volleyball skills. I saw the father, Patrick Brienen, down here over the last day or two, going through a few drills, bringing a wealth of experience from California. So his sister Kaya are also playing in the tournament here in the women's division. Both with plenty of years of volleyball coming up. So if their early years are anything to go by, they've both got very bright futures. As Adam Fejes takes a quick little ace there. Pushes the lead out 13 points to 6. 7-point lead here. In our men's Challenger Division 2 quarterfinal. But Benjamin Farley showing what he can do. Throwing down an absolute bomb.
One over here.
Narrows the gap to 6 points. And Farley will back it up with the serve here. Let's see what he can do. Lovely little drop shot there. Adam Fejes stretches that lead back out to 7 points, and that brings us up to the first technical timeout. We'll go to a short break, and we'll be back momentarily. Beautiful part of the world down here. Mollymook Beach, part of the Shoalhaven City Council. We do thank our great sponsors, Destination New South Wales and Shoalhaven City Council, for having us down here. Shoalhaven, #unspoilt. Oh, lovely swing there, Adax Brienen. Finding the baseline on the way through. Stretching that lead to 8 points now. 15 points to 7. It's a commanding early lead in this first set.
Gonna go and grab that ball for us. Thanks, mate.
Ebbs and Farley have to pull something out here to close the gap. Brienen to serve. Throwing plenty behind that one, trying to bring the gap in, but just a little too long, that one. 16 points, place 7. Timmy Ebbs following suit. Trying to find that big bomb, but just a little too much on it and missing that sideline by a couple of centimetres. 17, serve 7. Slight handling violation there by Adax Brienen. Of course, Mr. Aaron Cray up on the referee stand today. Plenty of experience out there. And Ella Milne, the second referee. Ella also one of the AVA athletes down here. Getting the full volleyball experience. One of the great up-and-coming officials. Currently injured, unfortunately, so couldn't play in this tournament, but he's aiming to get back for the Manly tournament, which is in the start of March. We'll talk about that a little later. As we get to the end switch, 10 points serving 18. Ebbs and Farley hanging on to this one, but the youngsters from the north and the south of New South Wales, that's an 8-point lead here. Make that 9. Another little service error. And that'll bring up our first set point of the match. Brienen Fejes leading 20 points to 10. Very comfortable start for the youngsters. But Timmy Ebbs is not done with yet. Clawing one back. 20 points to 11. And there it is. There's the first set. Lovely swing there by Adam Fejes. The youngsters, 21, taking out the first set, 21 points to 11. Go to a short set break. We will be back soon.
This is a place where I don't feel alone.
shaped at Scape. A massive thank you again to Scape Student Accommodation for their ongoing support, giving a lot to the sport of volleyball in Australia over countless years now. Adam Fejes to kick off the second set. Boys taking a 21-11 win in that first set, so very impressive for the youngsters. As Benjamin Farley just finds the antenna there. Of course, an extension of the court of the sideline. Must stay within those antennas to keep a fair ball. Boys take a 1-0 lead. Great hustle there by Benjamin Farley, but Timmy Ebbs couldn't quite get there. The lead goes out to 2. Adam and Adax on camera side here. A slightly new pairing. There's been a few mix and match pairs over the last year and a half within the New South Wales youth ranks. The boys lining up to play together again in the New South Wales Championships next weekend up in Manly Beach. Before teaming up again for the Australian Junior Beach Volleyball Tour finals. Potentially the Australian Championships as well. That serve goes a little long over the baseline. Nice aggressive serving to start, but a little too much on that one. 3 points to 1 in the second set. Lovely jump set there by Adax Brienen. Finished off nicely, Adam Fejes. The youngsters having some fun out there. As mentioned, there's a handful of the New South Wales, I say youth-aged athletes, but they're not just making up the numbers, they're more than mixing it with the adults here. And great bunch of kids. Great to see them mixing it up and having so much fun out on court there. As Timmy Ebbs lays down another absolute bomb. As mentioned before, a new recruit to the Australian Volleyball Academy, doing great things down there in Canberra. A conversation with Timothy about 18 months ago up in Port Macquarie and talking about what he might do with his volleyball career. And he said, I might just go down to AVA, just thinking he'd walk in. Credit to him, here he is. Nice little swing there, Benjamin Farley. Brings us to the end change. 4 points to 3. Goes for the sharp cut shot there, but just a little too sharp. Adam Fejes finds the net. Ebbs and Farley take a 2-point lead, their largest of the match so far. Shout out to Forpar and the Thorpes on the live chat on YouTube. Forpar mentioning that these two teams came up against each other in the qualifiers on Friday morning. Tim Ebbs and Ben Farley taking the chocolates on that one, winning up 2 sets to 0. 21-14, 23-21. So, well, they might have had the early success. The youngsters on the far side of camera have taken home this first set. They're still hanging in here in the second set. Good morning to Nicholas Thorpe on the stream as well. Obviously playing yesterday. Unfortunately going down in his round of 12 match. But doing himself proud. Plenty of signature power shots, and I do apologise. I'm pretty sure I confused them a few times on the live stream there, but I won't make any more comments about your beards. Just a little too low on that swing again there, Adam Fejes, and Ebbs and Farley take that 3-point lead back, 8 points to 5. Nice swing there by Adax Brienen out there. Thorpe's asking on the stream there, how can we tell the two apart? Of course, Adax Brienen sporting the luscious locks of blonde mullet. Adam Fejes with the hat on today. It's a lot easier to tell the difference when they're not identical twins. As we have a timeout call just to break up the momentum a little bit. Ebbs and Farley leaving 10 points to 5 in the second set. Timothy Ebbs there, just rolling that one over the net, just over the block. Good morning to Meredith Ebbs on the live stream as well. One of a few people getting up nice and early on this Sunday morning. Beautiful morning down here on the New South Wales South Coast. Not a cloud in the sky. Nice and still. Perfect beach volleyball conditions. As Benjamin Farley just finds the top of the tape there and extends this lead. 12 points, plays 5. Largest lead of the match for Ebbs and Farley. And right as I say that, the commentator's curse strikes again. Serving into the net instead of the tape, that one. 12 points to 6. Nice little drop serve there, Adax Brienen. Narrows that lead again to 5 points, 12 points, play 7. Second set ends Challenger Division 2 quarterfinal action. The gap goes back out to 6 points, 13 serve 7. Coming up to our technical timeout very soon. Oh, just a little misfire there by Timothy Ebbs. 13-8 going into our tech timeout. Of course, when the scores equal 21 in our first and second set, we go to a technical timeout. Plenty more action coming up here on YouTube later today. Of course, the Oz Volley YouTube page. It is Super Sunday down here. We have all of our elite medal matches streamed starting at 11 a.m. Starting with our men's bronze match, rolling into a midday start for our women's bronze. Men's gold at 1 p.m. And the tournament will be rounded out with our women's gold medal match at 2 p.m. A few current, former and upcoming Olympians playing in those tournaments. Of course, the action doesn't finish there. We roll up a little further north in New South Wales to Manly Beach at the start of March. The 1st to the 3rd of March, we start off with the Junior Beach Volleyball Tour. It's the third and final leg of that tournament. And then from the 4th to the 6th, we have our Australian Beach Volleyball Tour, round number 3. Nominations for both of those tournaments close tomorrow, Monday, 21st of February. So if you haven't already, get your teams together and get those nominations in. As we come back to the action here, Adam Fejes to serve, 8 serving 13. A few little service errors creeping into the match here, but see what Mr. Farley can do from this southern end. Big swing there. Timmy Ebbs showing his joy for that one, finding the tape on that sideline. 15 points, serves 8. As mentioned, these boys played early Friday morning. Ebbs and Farley winning that one in straight sets. But Brienen and Fejes took the first set in this one here, trailing now 16 points to 8. So a little bit of work to do for the youngsters up the north end. The AVA boys down here showing a little bit more aggression. Couple of years senior, not by too much, still very young. As the lead grows to 9 points now. 17 serving 8. But Adam Fejes showing his class there. Down that waterside sideline. 17-9. So great defence and great scramble work there on show, but final shot just a little too long by Adam Fejes. Ebbs and Farley take a 9-point lead now. Closing in on this second set. Timothy Ebbs to serve. Just misses the tape on that far corner. Nice aggressive serve with a 9-point buffer, but that comes into 8. Again, Brienen and Fejes still with quite a bit of work to do here. If my maths is correct, that brings up 28, which brings us to an end change.
Thanks.
A little bit too much mustard on that one by Benjamin Farley. Hitting the commentary booth down here. About halfway out the window. No shortage of power between the boys on the north side here. So we see a deft touch with some great defence there by Adax Brienen. Must have narrowly missed that far corner there. That brings us to a set point for the AVA boys, Ebbs and Farley. Mr. Cray just double checking his marks there. Finding it did in fact clip that far corner. Brienen looked excited off the hand. And the boys save another point there. 12.719.
Ella, is that one behind the fence there?
Oh, the big roof there, Adam Fejes. Slightly shorter than his counterparts here, but getting up nicely and throwing that one straight back down in the face of Benjamin Farley. Narrowing that gap to 6. Youngsters still staying in this one. But he won't be done twice. Benjamin Farley swinging through the block there. And now bringing us to a set point, 20.713. This second set. Oh, another beautiful little back set there, jumping back set. But not enough to save the point, and that will do it. Ebbs and Farley taking out the second set. Looks like they're going to a third and deciding set. We will be back very soon. As the boys come back out for our third and final set of this Men's Challenger Division 2 quarterfinal. Brienen and Fejes taking the first, but Ebbs and Farley with a great comeback in the second set. Of course, our third and final set goes to 15 points. Adam Fejes serving a little long in that first one, giving Ebbs and Farley the 1-0 lead. Make that 2. Youngsters from AVA. Again, big props to all the work going on down in Canberra down there, the Australian Volleyball Academy. Creating some of the stars of the future. Good aggression by the youngsters there, but just a little too much power on that one again. And Ebbs and Farley rush out to an early 3-point lead in this third and final set. Make that 4. Commanding lead in their deciding set here. Benjamin Farley to serve. And the youngsters claw one back there. So quick across the sand, Adam Fejes. One of the great defenders in these junior ranks here, and just a great all-round athlete and a good kid. As Benjamin Farley splits the gap down the middle there, finds the baseline, takes it out to a 5-1 lead in this third and final set. Opts for the 2-ball there. Going to be catching Timothy Ebbs off guard there. Got a small handling area. Narrows that gap to 3. 2.75. And a big block there, Adax Brienen. The youngsters are far from done here. Adam Fejes on a nice little serving run. 3.75. They look to continue this momentum. Oh, lovely cut there, Tim Ebbs. Fejes almost got to that one. Got a hand there, but not quite good enough. Ebbs and Farley take a point back, 6 points to 3. And a little misfire there, gives another point up. 7 points to 3. Of course, we change ends every 5 points here in our third and deciding set. Timmy Ebbs making the big move from Port Macquarie down to Canberra. Shout out to Timmy's previous sparring partner, Mr. Jesse Beard, the second half of Chop and Chill. Also making a big move from Port Macquarie down to the Big Smoke for University. As Adax finds that baseline with a cheeky little pokey over the block there. Pulling out all the tricks in that bag. 4.77. A little bit of work to be done here. Still definitely anybody's game. As he goes for the big serve, but narrowly misses that baseline down the camera side here. Timmy getting a little bit excited there. Shouting out to the commentary booth, but might have put himself off there, just overcooking that serve a little. 5.78. Oh, another handling error there. Just rolling that one over the block there again, Timmy Ebbs. Catching the tape on the easterly side of this court. As the AVA lads take a 9-6 lead in this Challenger Division 2 quarterfinal. Of course, the winner of this going through to the semi-final. The loser, unfortunately, packing their bags. Sticking around to watch the action, no doubt, though. As Adam Fejes finds a wicked angle there. Leaning back, set little behind him, but finds good areas in the court there and claws one back. 7-point serving 9. Adax Brienen down their southern end. There's a double call there, and the gap comes into 1 point. He's not held back there. Absolutely let that one go, but just a little too much. Back to even Stevens here, 9 points apiece. Good comeback here by Brienen and Fejes. Big swing there, Benny Farley. Showing what he can do.
One ball out here, guys.
Again, learning the ropes over in Western Australia. Making the move from the west side to the east side over to Canberra. A great young talent. One of many down in the AVA. Smart little pokey there, Adam Fejes. Saw Timmy Ebbs up early and just went, I'll take that baseline, thank you very much. Back to 10 points apiece. Too hot to handle that one. Great serve by Adam Fejes, and they take the lead in this third and final set. But not if Timmy Ebbs has anything to say about it. 11 points apiece. Nothing can separate these teams at the moment. It's neck and neck in our men's Challenger Division 2 quarterfinal. There's plenty more action coming up. We have men's elite semi-final coming up straight after this one. But in the meantime, it's the youngsters on show. Lovely cross-court swing there. Adam Fejes just finding that back corner. Great eyes-up volleyball. They take the 1 point lead again, 12 points to 11. Both teams looking to stay aggressive here. Neither wanting to give an inch up. Brienen to serve. And takes the ace. Timmy Ebbs couldn't quite handle that one, and they take a 2 point lead. 13 points to 11 now. As a timeout call, tactical timeout here. Break up that momentum. Plenty more action coming up for the rest of the summer here. As mentioned, we've had 2 legs of the National Australian Junior Beach Volleyball Tour so far. The third and final leg coming up from the 1st to the 3rd of March in Manly Beach. You'll see all of these athletes here involved. Nominations extended to Monday the 21st, which is tomorrow. So if you haven't already, get your teams in. And then if you're looking for more opportunities for your youngsters to play, a little later in the year, 28th to the 31st of March, the Australian Youth Beach Volleyball Championships, lining up to be one of the biggest youth tournaments that Volleyball Australia has held so far. Up in Coolangatta, That'll all be live streamed from our Oz Volley YouTube channel as well, so make sure you tune in. Smart little touch there. The tactical timeout has worked, broken up the momentum. Ebbs and Farley have clawed one back here. 12 points, serving 13 at the end change. Of course, this third and final set going to 15 points. So we are very, very close here. Every point absolutely crucial at the moment. And the youngsters take the point, 14 points to 12. Brings up the third set in the first match point of this quarterfinal. Adam Fejes at the service line here. Heard whispers of a sky ball, but he might keep it conventional. Oh, great scramble there, Benjamin Farley. And that'll do it. Adax Brienen with a cut shot to win it. Taking the first set, losing the second, then keeping their composure to win their third and final set. Adax Brienen, Adam Fejes will go through to the semi-final of the men's Challenger Division 2. Meanwhile, Timothy Ebbs and Benjamin Farley can hold their heads high. They go crashing out of this Challenger Division 2. Plenty more action coming up on centre court here, as you can see. Slightly taller lads coming out, Mr. Paul Burnett and Chris McHugh. Number 1 seeds in our men's elite division. Coming up against the pairing of Matheus Jalba and James Tacken, and number 4 seeds. Sure to be a cracking match. That'll kick off in a couple of minutes.